Have you ever wondered why champions in League of Legends consist mostly of humanoid characters, or any game for that matter? Well, let's get into it. For those of you who don't know, a humanoid is, quote, having an appearance or character resembling that of a human. Thank you, Wikipedia. So why does every character resemble basic human anatomy? Let's take Zac for example. Zac, who is essentially made from slime, has all the characteristics of a human being. He's got a head, torso, 2 arms, and 2 legs, just like any human being. Let's look at an example that's not so obvious. Bel'Veth. In a similar fashion has a head, 2 arms, kinda, and then 2 legs, kinda. Even though it's not as obvious, she still possesses these characteristics of a human. Now yes, you're probably yelling at the obvious non-human ones like Alistar, Rammus, Aurelion Sol, but when you think about it, all the non-humanoids are still, well, humanoids. Alistar walks on 2 feet, has arms and a head.
You can't milk those!
Rammus, besides having the characteristics of a Beyblade, has similar features. Even Aurelion Sol, a literal dragon, still has a head, torso, 2 arms, and 2 legs. So right about here is where the statement gets raised, well, he can't not have any limbs. But why not? I mean, would it really be difficult to code a big snake into the game? Obviously not. The answer lies deeper than that. It lies within character customization. Plenty of games out there allow you to customize your character. GTA 5, World of Warcraft, Sims. But again, the question is why? Why do games offer so much customization to their characters? Well, besides the obvious cash grab. Why do games offer such customization and influence over your characters? Even in games such as League of Legends, where you can't directly change your character, you can still semi-customize them through skins, chromas, and even your champion's award. So what's the point of all this? Nikki, a former scientist researcher, studied the psychology of video game avatars, where they answered difficult questions as, why do we choose the avatars that we do, and how do different avatars change our behavior in games? Well, studies show that people who create avatars based on themselves have a tendency to get more attached to their avatar. In other words, they get more immersed. You see where this is going now? The study's self-discrepancy and regulatory fit in avatar I'm not reading all that, can be summarized into one sentence. The more your avatar looks like you, the more immersed you get into the game. Essentially, within the game of Wii Sports, people whose characters resemble their physical appearance had more fun time playing the game and felt more immersed. Okay, but then this circles back to, how does this affect League of Legends? You can't really customize your character to look like you. True, but it's the same principle. The purpose of character customization is to make you unique. It's all about isolation. When you play League of Legends, there's only one person who gets to play each champion that whole game, and that's you. You're the only person who gets to play that champion right then and there. They're yours. You control everything about them for the next 45 minutes, unless you suck like me, then it's more like 15. And yes, in blind picks, people can play the same champion, but those are the filthy casuals, and the only reason that Riot allows that to happen is because they're trying to suck them in and get addicted. So they let them play their favorite champion over and over until, you guessed it, they associate themselves with their champion. Same thing goes with Mastery. If you haven't seen my previous video on addiction, this is essentially just another way to reel you in and get hooked on the game. League of Legends knows this, and it's even backed by certain studies. Some studies show that having an attachment to your avatar contributes to GD, or gaming disorder. This is where an individual has such an addiction to video games that it actually leads to structural changes in your brain. And this is part of the reason behind loot box culture. Yes, it leads to money for the company, but it also makes people want to play the game more. I know everyone watching this video at one point in their life was excited to use a skin they had recently acquired. And that's part of the game they play. First you get one skin, but then you want to see how Maokai would look as a cat, so you buy that skin, and then before you know it, you're a Maokai main and have every skin. Let's take a step away from League of Legends, and let's take a look at CSGO, an extremely popular game. Specific for one reason: case opening.
Oh my god!
Now if you didn't know, case opening is a complete scam. You pay $2.50 for a key to open up a 10-set case with the hopes of getting a return on your investment, which you rarely do. You have about a 15% chance of making your money back, and even when you do, you never really make a profit. You just get the money back that you spent on the case. So again, what does this have to do with the topic of this video? Well, a lot actually. CSGO was dying, and the developers needed a comeback, a way to get back into the scene. And this is where they introduced cases, which ultimately saved the game, skyrocketing it back to the top of the charts. Saved by gambling. Hey, 90% of gamblers quit before they... I mean, putting aside that Steam is kind of condoning gambling, people forget the other aspects of what keeps people playing these games. The connection to their account. Yes, if people feel connected to their avatar, they feel more compelled to play, but let's take a look at World of Warcraft, and let's say you have 3 characters you're really attached to. Are you attached to the characters? I mean, yeah, maybe, but they're really attached to their account. It's way more obvious in League of Legends, especially with Ranked, because of the different variety of combinations going on within your account. It feels more special. Being gold 2 with every Lee Sin skin on top of having level 7 mastery on all your mains, it's like a Minecraft world. You get to see the fruits of your labor, because that effort is something that you put in and you love it, because it's something that you made. So while people are attached to their avatars, it's not far to say that with the evolution of gaming, we might take a step back and realize that people are becoming attached to their accounts as well. Hey guys, really appreciate y'all watching. If you like this type of stuff, please consider subscribing and leaving a comment of what you'd like to see. Thanks again. Peace.